Do you live in a house or a flat?
Well, currently I live in a house because it has lots of spaces to live, so I can do everything I want. So my first place right now is the house right now. Yeah.
What is your favorite room?
Well, it is definitely my bedroom because it has lots of space on it, and I like to do everything I want. And I have a computer and there's just a rocking chair that helps me to chill out. So yeah, it's definitely my bedroom.
What can you see if you look out of your bedroom?
Well, actually, there are lots of things that I can see if I look out of my bedroom. The first thing is that I can see easily my garden, and sometimes I just see the people who was walking on the road. So these are the just things that I just see if I look out my bedroom. Yeah.
What would you like to change about your home?
If I had a chance to change something in about my home, I would change the furniture, because yeah, I bought it 2 years ago, so it is pretty old, and it is sounds more forced. So I would change the furniture about my home.
Do you often use a computer?
Well, I use a computer more than I supposed to use in a daily basis. So yeah, and I have a computer and I just use it for a lot of purposes, like doing my homeworks that are given to me at school or other places. Yeah, I use a computer.
Do you use a computer to get online?
Well, I wouldn't say myself as a person who just use a computer to get it online, but I would like to use it to do my works, do my tasks, of course. So yeah, I don't like to use the computers to get online, so I don't use it for like this purpose.
Do you prefer desktops or laptops?
Well, at the moment, I really like and prefer the laptops because it's really easy to carry, and you can just use it wherever you want. But I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that I don't like desktops. Of course, in the future, if I feel like it, I use the desktops. But right now, I prefer the laptops more than the desktops.
Do you think it is important to learn how to use a computer?
Well, definitely, yeah. It's so important to learn how to use a computer because we are living in a just so sophisticated just age. So that's why we have to learn how to use a computer. That's a kind of demand of our life today. So yes, it's so important and to learn how to use a computer.
Let's move to part 2. In this part, you will be given a topic to talk about. You have 1 minute to prepare to talk about the topic. After that, you should talk 1 or 2 minutes about the topic.
Describe a book you have recently read. You should say what kind of book it is, what it is about, what sort of people would enjoy it, and explain why you liked it.
Well, I have read a lots of books in my life before, but today I'm gonna talk about the book that was given by one of my friends on the day of my birthday. This book is called Own Your Business. I really just like just doing businesses, so my friend gave this book, of course, by asking me some questions about business. It was written by somebody, I don't know the name of him right now. So it is about, of course, mostly about business. And when I was young, I used to interest in just a lot of things like in a business and taking risks, of course. So I when I just received this book for the first time, I decided to read this book within a 1 month. But unfortunately, I'm still reading it because it has lots of meaningful just words in it. I have to understand fully. So when it comes to people who likes it, I definitely say the people who like enjoying business or taking risks. This kind of people like this book. And the reason why I really like this book is simply because I want to be a person or a businessman in the future. So that's why I have to learn everything in this book, and it helps me to the advantages and disadvantages of taking risks and just doing a business. And it also helps me how to start business, how to just control your employees, of course. So it has lots of things more than we need. Yeah, so this is a book that I recently read, and I really and highly recommend this book to other people who likes doing business in the
Now I
future.
would like to ask you a few questions about children and reading. What kinds of books do children in your country like to read?
Well, I wouldn't say certain kinds of books that children in my country like to read, but I would say the fictional books are mostly more common in my country, that was written that is read by everybody, like just or children, but and just other people, older people, like, of course.
Do you think children can learn a lot from books?
I think most things can be learned, can be obtained by the books, of course, and I really recommend children to read it because it has a lots of things in it. You know, we can learn, and of course, it helps us to fix our manners and helps us to be a good people, good person in the society. So yeah, it helps us to learn a lot of things, and children can get more things on it from this book.
Do you think fairy tales are useful books for children?
I suppose the fairy tales sounds not real, so that's why I suppose it doesn't help children to learn a lot of things, but it has lots of things that is so interesting, but I wouldn't say they are so useful books for children, but if somebody just likes to read it, it's your chance, this is their chances. They can read it, they can just do it. Yeah.
Let's talk about electronic books. What are the advantages of electronic books?
Well, there are lots of advantages of electronic books. The first thing is that you can just open it wherever you want, and whatever the device you have, of course. And to compare it to the paper-based books, it's so cheap, and you can find it on the internet, of course. And electronic books are so easy to read and to edit, of course. So yeah, there are lots of advantages of electronic books.
Do you think paper books will someday disappear?
Actually no, because paper-based books are so easy to read when there is no electricity in your home or in a place where you are. So I think paper books are books that are liked by some guys. They really like to read paper books. So I suppose they won't disappear in the future.
Do you think libraries are still useful in today's society?
Well, actually, it depends on the people themselves. Most people, of course, like to go to the libraries because they are so obsessed with it. But when it comes to just talking about this generation, it is not just so common and useful. Of course, now we all time prefer to read the books in our device, of course with using it electronic just forms, of course. So I think it depends on the people, but maybe they might be useful for today's societies. I don't know.